Everyone, I am Demetri and today I will show you some of my predictions for the skills for the units that have been revealed for Clan Selection 1. And disclaimer, all of these skills are fan-made, this is not leaks, this is not real, I am not Bushro, this is only my opinion and things that I would like to see from the units in Clan Selection 1. Okay, so for the first unit, we have Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood. I have two predictions for Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood. One skill is that act on Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, counter bless 2 and soul bless 1. When this unit attack hits, if your soul has Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, you may pay the cost, and if you do, your opponent removes 2 of their marker from their hand or from their field, which means that when Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood attack hits, they remove 2 of their Axel, 2 of their Force, or 2 of their Protects. I think that this is a very innovative skill that we are going in a period to overdress. We already have marker removal still. We have Barrio and Dragon from Premium Collection 2020. So I think instead of it being only in Premium, we should have a card that can remove markers. And I think Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood is capable of that because Narukami is a very tempo destroying clan. The second skill that I have in mind is more in line with the old Vermilion in the V series, which is auto on Vanguard Circle. Counter bless 1, soul bless 1. When this unit attacks, if you have Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion in your soul, your Vanguard attacks all of your rear guards, and if your opponent has 3 or less rear guards, your Vanguard gains plus 10,000 power and plus 1 crit. This is more in line of the old Vermilion, like other evolutions from the past. They always built upon the older cards, so I think this is more likely to be the skill for Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood. The second unit, we have Starvader Chaosbreaker Dragon. I have a skill in mind for him, which is act on Vanguard Circle once per turn, counter blast 2, lock 2 of your opponent rear guards, and at the end of your opponent's turn, retire that unit. And continuous Vanguard Circle, if you have a grade 3 on your soul, for each card that is locked on the opponent's field, your front row gets plus 2,000 power. For the two skills that I have in mind, this is very reminiscent of Chaosbreaker Dragon, and I want it to be scaled to match Luward, to match Nitros, and to match Shaharot. So I think that this is very balanced with the units that controls the meta as of now, and I think this unit is a very meta changing card. For the next card, we have Ghostly Leader Beatrice, and my skill in mind for her is act on Vanguard Circle, counter bless 1 and soul bless 1. If you have a grade 3 in your soul, you may pay the cost. If you do, you may call 2 cards from the drop zone and they gain plus 3,000 power. And her next skill is auto on Rearguard Circle. When this unit is spaced from the drop zone, at the end of the turn, retire this unit and draw 1 card. My mind when I'm making Beatrice skill is a blend of the grade 4 Obadiahs from Premium Collection 2019 and some great ghosty rear guards that when placed at the end of the turn it get retired. For the next unit, we have Seraph Aider Shin Malkut Melek. For its skill, I have is auto on Vanguard Circle, counter blast 2 when placed if Arch Aider Malkut Melek is in your soul, and if your opponent has 4 or less damage, deal 1 damage. Then for its next skill, I have is act on Vanguard Circle once per turn, counter blast 1 and soul blast 1. If you have 4 or less damage, call 3 units from your drop zone to rearguard and they get plus 10,000 power and deal yourself 1 damage. For Shin Malkut Melek, because the old Malkut Melek is more focused on Protect 2, I think Shin Malkut Melek could be more aggressive, not depending on Protect 1 but more dependent on Protect 2. The next unit is 6 Flowers of Phantasm Shirayuki. I have is continuous hand, deck, and soul. This card is also regarded as Fantasy Petal Storm Shirayuki, and the other skill will be act on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle once per turn, soul bless 1. Choose 3 units in your opponent's field and they get power minus 5,000 until end of turn. If this unit is on Vanguard Circle and your soul has Fantasy Petal Storm Shirayuki, they get power minus 10,000 instead of 5,000. This just built upon the first Shirayuki, and I just made it on par with Luward, with Nitros, and with Shaharot, which is the decks that controls the meta. So I think with Shirayuki, that balances the metas out because they are so very piece reliant. For the next unit, we have Interdimensional Dragon, Time Reaper Dragon. I imagine him as a grade 4 unit, and his skill is Auto on Vanguard Circle. When this unit is placed, choose 2 of your opponent's rearguard and put it at the bottom of the deck. And act on Vanguard Circle. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose one of your rearguards, put it to the bottom of your deck, and call one unit to the same rearguard circle, grade +1. So for Time Reaper Dragon, I imagine him as Time Leap and the old Gear Chronicle, not the new Gear Chronicle with Lost Legend and Mystery Feast, where it is bind dependent. I think of Time Reaper and its support, if there is support for him, will be more dependent on units being put at the bottom of the deck and Time Leap. For the next unit, we have Maiden of Stand Peony. For her skill, continues on Vanguard Circle. All of your token gains plus 1000 power times the amount of tokens in the field, and her next skill is Auto on Vanguard Circle, counter +1 when this unit attacks. If you have 5 or more tokens on the field, stand all rear guards. For Stand Peony, I think that her skill is on par with the units that control the meta and the units that I give skills, and I think her skill will be great for Neo Nectar, which has lackluster support and have mediocre skills with Arboros and Asha. So I think that Peony will give new life to Neo Nectar and will bring in some great plays, and I think Neo Nectar needs some time to shine, so I think Peony will give that shine. For the next unit, we have Spectral Dragon. For its skill, it is Auto on Vanguard Circle once per turn, CB1, and retire 2 rear guards. At the end of the battle it attack, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit and draw 1 card. And its next skill is Act on Vanguard Circle once per turn, CB1, and Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, pick 2 units, and call them to open rear guards. I think that Spectral Dragon is just a basic retrain of its former self, which brings back its limit break skill and brings back its Ride Upon skill from Vortimer, and I think that Vortimer will be its support if they give support to these boss units, and if they not, I think this is a better alternative for the Ride Upon skill that we have from Vortimer. The next unit we have is Light Battle Dragon, Gigano Blazer Dragon. For its skill is Auto on Vanguard Circle, counter +1 when this unit attacks, may pay the cost, and if you do, retire 2 rear guards and draw 2 cards. For its rearguard skill is Soul Blast 1 when this unit is retired, you may call this card to an open rearguard circle. For Gigano Blazer, I think of a return to Engorge, so at least they have some premium support, and we have already tons of support for Equip Gauge and the Ancient Dragon budget deck, which when you draw a front trigger you get a critical. I think it's only for a budget deck, and I think that a VR slot in Clan Selection 1 is not worth it, so I think it's good for Engorge support and a new life for Tachikaze, which have been lacking in support with only equipped gauges. Next unit we have is Worm Toxic Mutant Venom Stinger. Its skill is Auto on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. When this unit is placed and all of your opponent's rearguard at rest, you may put 2 Cradle Markers on 2 of your opponent's rearguard circle, and it's a continuous skill. Vanguard, your Vanguard gains plus 4000 power for each Cradle Mark on the field. What I have in mind for Venom Stinger is just like Dark Phase, which is just only some Cradle support, because Cradle has not gotten that major support with Phantom Dragon Aeon, and it's just a mishmash with Gunning Kolyo and Machining support. For the next unit we have is Evil God Bishop Castile. Act on Vanguard Circle, counter +1, choose 1 card in your soul, and this unit gains the skill of that unit. And Auto on Rearguard Circle, counter +1, if this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may put 1 card into your soul and draw 2 cards. For Gassil, I imagine him as the normal Gassil, however being a supporting grade 3, and its Vanguard skill being its old skill while being on par with the units that we have now in V series. Finally, the last unit is Mesmerizing Witch Fianna, which its skill is Auto on Vanguard Circle, Soul +1, call 1 Witch of Reality Femme to an open rearguard circle, and that unit and the Vanguard gains plus 10,000 power. And its second skill is Act on Vanguard Circle, counter +1 and Soul +1. If you have a Witch of Reality Femme in a rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, put that into the soul, and you choose use 2 of your opponent's rear guard and retire it and call 2 grade 0s into their respective rear guards. For Fianna, I imagine her as any other Legion retrains, which bring back its Legion partner, which is Fem, and I just retrained her skill and implementing Fem into that skills. So that's how I made the skill for Fianna. Thank you everyone for listening to my predictions for Clan Selection 1 boss units. Like, comment down below, and subscribe if you want more content, and goodbye.